I'm standing outside Madison Square Garden on an abnormally 80-degree mid-spring day, which I'm sure the Knicks fan is over the moon because today is game one of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals between them and the Detroit Pistons. Of course, the Knicks with a big year, 51 wins, back-to-back years with 50 wins, and now they have the Pistons, maybe the Bad Boys too, coming to town. Well, I'm here to take the temperature of the Knicks fan to see whether or not I think they're going to win this series, and I'm sure the fan base feels the same, but I want to find out what they think overall. Can they get past this first round? If they play the Celtics in the next round, who they haven't beaten all year in the regular season, can they even beat them? Let's find out. If my man isn't ready for game one or even for the playoffs, then nobody else is, especially in this city. So, first and foremost, what's your name?
Nico.
Nico, how long you been a Knicks fan?
Since I can remember, man. My whole family Knicks fans.
Oh, word?
You know, I grew up loving Melo. I love Kobe too, respecting him.
No doubt. Rest in
Melo
peace.
for sure.
All right.
That Easter game, bro, was about to be Easter now.
Yes.
Against D-Rose. I remember that shit vividly. Since then, bro.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about this first round series?
Honestly, I was more confident last year with the Sixers.
Really? Wow.
You know, we're 1-3 against them right now. So it's a little iffy. They lost their second best player, so we're gonna win regardless. But I got tickets to game 1 and 5. So if we drop a game, I'm cool with it because I'll be here for 5.
Right.
Close it out then. But it's just the ceiling on this team after this round seems a lot less, high than it was last year. There felt like there was no ceiling if people were healthy.
Right.
This year we haven't beat the Cavs or the Celtics, but we're coming into the playoffs crazy. Brunson's healthy.
That's it. All right, so I would think you're going to win this series. I said 6 games. I figured that there's probably going to be one game that's going to be a street fight and maybe Detroit wins. Mm-hmm. But beyond that, because like you said with the Celtics, if you do pass the Pistons and if you see the Celtics, do you have any confidence?
I'll have a little bit of confidence. I was here February 8th when we played them and we got walloped.
Yes, I remember.
But, I'm not going to say we don't have confidence. If it's playoffs and we're playing, I have confidence regardless. But based on this season, not as good as last year.
Well, that's good. He's realistic because I'm sure there's a lot of...
You go out here and ask anybody, they'll be like, yeah, we win in 4, win in... Nah, you got to watch the games. You can't just be like... You can be that confident, but you also got to be like, hold up, let's relax for a second. Let's see what's going on.
So here I am with 2 other Knicks fans. Your name?
Diamond.
Brandon.
Diamond and Brandon. All right. How long have you been Knicks fans?
I've been a Knicks fan since my first game was when I was 7 years old.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So obviously it's pretty much birth almost. A few years after, but now, Pistons. How do you feel about this series? Do you feel confident? Do you feel like you guys are going to win?
I feel like this is a very winnable series.
Right.
But we haven't been able to close out games against these tougher defensive teams.
Right.
So I feel like we can win in 6, but it shouldn't be to 6.
I agree. Even though I picked 6 because I figure one of these games is going to be a street fight. It's almost going to be like Bad Boys Part 2 with the Pistons dating back to the 80s. That was before your time and during my time. So, and also, we know what the record is against the Celtics, so it's likely that will be your opponent in the next round. Mm-hmm. Do you have any confidence whatsoever if you get past Detroit and you end up playing the Celtics?
I feel like if we could take them to 7, we might be able to grind it out.
And anything can happen in a game 7. So.
Anything can happen in a game 7.
No, absolutely. First and foremost, your name?
Vic.
Vic, how long have you been a Knicks fan?
Since 93.
Oh, look at that. The Starks dunk, Bulls, the whole 9, that first year, I remember.
Yeah, disappointed with that one too.
I know, not to bring back bad memories. How do you feel about this first round series? Detroit?
We're taking it 5.
5? All right, I can see that. I said 6 only because...
Gentleman's suite.
Oh, there you go. No, absolutely. Now, here's the big question. We know what the record is like against the Celtics. You're a likely opponent in the second round. How do you feel about that?
We'll turn it up in the second round.
Really?
Yep.
Well, what do you think? How many games?
We'll take it in 6.
Wow, 6. All right. I like that. Confident Knicks fan. The regular season doesn't mean anything now. It's a whole new season.
Nothing.
And
we got a lot of experience from last season.
That's right. And Jaylen Brown has a bad knee, so who knows?
We got a better squad right now coming in. We were injured last year.
Yes.
Coming into this playoffs and everything. Now we got the whole squad. OG, Brunson, Towns. Mikhail will step up defensively. Here we go.
There we go. And then lastly, because I know you're repping.
Yeah, Ewing.
Yes, is that your all-time favorite Knick?
All time.
Oh, I hear that.
Love it.
All right, now look at this. Yeah. These people are from Jakarta.
Yes.
And they came to New York to watch the Knicks, game 1 against the Pistons.
Because of Knicks, we came to New York.
How long you been Knicks fans?
Hah? Apa dia bilang? Berapa lama jadi Knicks fans? Hah?
How long you been Knicks fan?
Jadi me?
Yes.
Since Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. And not only that, how do you feel about this first round series? You feel like you're going to win in 4 or 5?
Win. We want to win.
How many games?
4-1.
4-1. All right. Now the thing is, one more question. They're playing Boston. They may play Boston in the next round.
Yes.
And they haven't beaten Boston this year. But how do you feel?
We don't care.
Hey!
here.
We don't care. Beat Boston.
Well, first off, your name, sir.
Hey, my name is Michael.
Your name.
Ayo.
Ayu.
Ayo.
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 Oh, okay. Now, they're from West Berlin. They
Yes,
came all the
Germany.
way. They're from Germany, and they came here to not only be for game 1 but game 2. How long have you been Knicks fans?
I'm a Knicks fan since Carmelo Anthony was playing for the Knicks.
So right, so mid 2000s or mid 2011, around there. Now, how do you feel about this series?
Well, honestly, I think it will be a difficult series because I like the Pistons style of playing.
Yes.
They are really competitive.
Right.
And I think the Knicks are missing some competitive players like DiVincenzo and Hartenstein, the German
Yes.
Hartenstein.
Yep.
So it will be very difficult, and it's a 50-50 thing for me.
Okay, how many games you think they'll win or lose? I don't know.
Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6.
He says 4.
4. Very optimistic.
Yes, very. Now they may play Boston in the next round.
Yeah.
And they have no success in the regular season against Boston. How do you feel about going into that series if you beat Detroit and you play Boston? Do you feel confident?
No, absolutely not. Honestly, like you said, we lost against Cleveland, we lost against Boston, we lost against every big team.
Yes.
So if we play Boston, we are out. But let's enjoy tonight.
That's right. I love it. I love it. What's your name?
Omar.
Omar. How long have you been a Knicks fan?
40 years.
40 years. So now we're going back to 85.
Yes.
Is that Ewing's first year?
Yes.
Oh, wow. It's a long time.
Yep.
Now, Pistons. They're like the Bad Boys 2.0, but I think you're going to handle them in no more than 6. How do you feel?
6.
You think 6 as well?
100%.
Now, here's the big question. If you beat the Pistons, and the likelihood is playing the Celtics in the next round, and we know regular season is a new season now, but do you feel confident if you were to play the Celtics in the next round?
Of course.
Oh, word?
It's a whole different ball game in playoffs.
That's it. How many games you think?
7.
All right. That's good. Realistic. I love it. All right. First and foremost, your name, sir.
Imdat,
All right, Imdat. How long you been a Knicks fan?
since 8 years old.
8 years old. All right. I don't want to age you. Just roughly, so you're going back. I would think early 2000s.
Nah, before that.
Oh, word?
I was a fan since Patrick Ewing, John Starks, Anthony Mason, Charles Oakley. I go back that far.
We're talking now mid-90s. All right. Now, Pistons. I would think they're going to win in 6. Taking the temperature of the Knicks fan here before the playoffs. How do you feel going into the series?
Knicks in 5 or 6.
All right. And now here's the big question. We know who the likely opponent could be in the next round. If it's the Celtics, how do you feel confident-wise as far as going into that series if that were to happen?
That's yet to be seen.
That's a good answer. All right, first and foremost, your name, sir?
Dominic.
Dominic. How long you been a Knicks fan?
All my life.
Word?
Yeah, all my life.
And you look like you're 21, though. That's the thing.
I'm 27.
Oh, word? All right, 27. Now, Pistons. How do you feel about this team going into this series? I'm sure they're going to win in 6 in my estimation, but your
Yeah,
thoughts?
No, I'm around there 6 or 7 because I do respect them. They bring the knit and grit, and Cade is trying to make a name for himself.
No doubt. I can see that. And then now the bigger question. We know the likely opponent is in the next round once the Knicks get right. Do you feel confident going into that series if that's the case?
I'm just trying to see competitiveness. This
All
is
right.
our first year running with this team.
Right.
So I don't want to give them so much high expectations, but we're gonna build on this. Every game we build.
That's what's up. No, I like that. I appreciate it. First and foremost, your name, sir?
Meek.
Meek. How long you been a Knicks fan?
Shit, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I'm a football fan.
Oh, where? Who you like? All right, we'll talk about that afterwards.
Yeah, but I literally maybe 2 years now. But like
right.
I was never like a diehard like this is my basketball team. So I was always just observant. But I'm from New York, so of course
no doubt.
Knicks all the way. I'm never Nets. Straight up Knicks. No offense to the Nets, feel me, but it's always the Knicks.
No.
Run this whole shit.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, Pistons. How do you feel about this first round matchup?
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I've been watching the Pistons basketball, and I'm liking the brand of basketball they bring into the league right now.
Yeah.
We got them. I say Knicks in 4, maybe a gentleman's sweep.
All
Knicks
right.
in 5, maybe. But that's just off of straight experience. Cat's gonna kill them at the 5. Stewart is gonna get ejected within the first 2-3 games.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And the crowd's probably going to get on him, too, so you know.
He can't guard Cat at the 5.
Nah.
At all. Actually, OG, oh my God. OG is gonna even lock. It's just, I see a lot of clamps going around, just straight up clamps.
No, 100%. Now, here's the bigger question. The likely opponent is the Celtics. And we know the Knicks against the Celtics in the regular season. I understand it's regular season. But do you feel confident if that were to be the next series?
According to the matchups, we can match up. The issue is the 4 and 5 spot. Honestly, because I feel like OG, Mikal, once they lock down. Deuce come off the bench, lock down Pritchard. I think we will be perfectly fine. Except that 4 and 5 is sketchy because you got Porzingis. Al Horford is taking Cat straight out of the paint.
No doubt.
Now and then there are 2 threats at the 3-point. I mean, I think even Porzingis is shooting about, I think maybe 39 to 40% right now. That's scary as hell. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
It's tough. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna stay Knicks all the way.
I hear that.
I don't care. I'm straight Knicks.
At least it's being real.
Yeah, I don't care.
All right, young man, what is your name?
Aaron.
Aaron. How long you been a Knicks fan? Even though you look like you're 14, if I had to guess, but you don't have to tell me your age.
Oh, a couple of years.
Oh, we're a couple of years. Good. Who's your favorite Knick?
Brunson.
All right.
Actually, no. OG.
OG and Anobi. All right.
Because I'm from England, and he's from...
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right. Now, you live in New York?
No, New Jersey.
Oh, okay. How confident you feel about this series against the Pistons?
Oh, I think it might be a breeze. 5 games.
5? All right. Now, here's the bigger question and my last question. We know who the next opponent may be.
Yeah.
How confident you feel if it's against the Celtics?
I think we could put up a definitely tough fight. Like we did last game, we played them.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It went to overtime, all that. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. What is your name, sir?
Jefferson.
Jefferson. Oh, that's a great name.
Yeah, great name.
I like it. How long have you been a Knick fan?
All my life.
Really?
Really.
All right. Who's your favorite all-time Knick?
One day, Patrick
Ewing
player.
Oh, that's your favorite.
Yeah, my favorite.
How do you feel about this series? Do you feel confident you're gonna?
I'm very confident. Very confident.
How many games?
4.
Oh, sweep.
Yeah.
Okay. And last question. Chances are you may play Boston in the next round.
Yeah.
And the Knicks have had no success against Boston.
Not this year.
In the regular season.
Yeah.
Oh, but this time. All right.
Yeah.
So you feel confident in the playoffs?
100%.
Wow. How many games against Boston?
5.
Wow! He's optimistic. All right. This is an interesting dynamic here because I got a father and son.
Oh, man.
Porzingis, but he's a Celtic fan, like yours truly.
Oh, man.
We'll talk about that afterwards. But first and foremost, your name, gentlemen, both of you.
My name's Jada. Little J.
Oh, all right, Jada, Little J.
Yeah.
How long you been a Knick fan?
My whole life.
Word?
Yes.
So going back how far? Without saying your age.
Probably 8 or 9.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite all-time Knick?
Favorite all-time Knick is John Starks.
Oh, all right. Of course, number 3.
That dunk when he did over Jordan and who was that?
Horace Grant?
Horace Grant.
Yes.
Yep.
And
That made me a fan.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, Pistons. I think you're going to get by. I say in 6 games. How confident do you feel? Do you feel like it's going to be a long series, short series?
It's going to be a tough series. I truly think it's going to go 6 or 7.
All right, and then now, here's the bigger and my last question. The likely opponent is going to be the Celtics.
Yes.
Next round.
Yeah.
How confident do you feel if that were to be the matchup?
Celtics is definitely going to go to 7. If the Knicks don't come with the bench play, I hate to say this, Celtics will take it.
All right.
Yeah. What do you think?
Celtics at 5.
Celtics at 5? All right, and why did you become a Celtic fan knowing that your pops was a Knicks fan? You just...
Okay. I grew up a Knicks fan. I'm a big Jason Tatum fan since college.
Oh yeah, no doubt, Duke.
So Duke, big fan. So just transferred over.
All right.
At the time, yeah. And
Now,
it got very competitive in the house.
I can imagine. It must be back and forth, no doubt.
Yes.
Now, how confident do you feel? Especially if, let's say, we think we're going to dispose Orlando, and on top of that beat, let's say it was the Knicks.
Okay. How do you know if you even getting past Orlando?
No, for sure. We get no more than 5 games. No more than 5 games.
Yeah, I would think I'll give Orlando a game. Because they're ranked number 2 defensively in the league. So maybe one day Celtics, they're off with their shooting.
Yeah.
But Cleveland, though. How do you feel about that series if it were to be Boston-Cleveland?
A little tougher, but I think we get it done at 6.
6?
Yeah.
You think we'll repeat?
I think we're repeating. I got a big bet against him. We're repeating.
Oh, look at that. Well, from his lips to the basketball god's ears, that's what I'm hoping for. But I know this is a Knick vlog, so sorry I had to throw the Celtics in there. But. All right, first and foremost, he's representing the Pistons, all right, which I like because I can't stand the Knicks. But your name, sir? Zubin. How long have you been a Piston fan?
20 years.
20 years. Tayshaun Prince, that's right. Now, how do you feel about this game and this series?
3-1 regular season. Keep it going.
That's true. And one last thing. Do you think that this series is going to come back to New York if there is, let's say,
I'll give you 7. I'll give you 7.
All right, 7. Pistons at 7. He's got it.
I'm not cocky, but we're getting the dubs.
All right. Oh, Pistons. 7. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Detroit basketball.
Oh, yes. The Piston fans are representing. Hey, it's exciting. It's live. All right, so I found a young Orlando Magic fan, which my beloved Celtics are playing them tomorrow. Now, I know he's a young lad here, but how long have you been a Magic fan?
About 5 years.
5 years, and obviously Paolo Banchero's his favorite player.
Yeah.
All right, how do you feel about this series against the Celtics?
I think it's going to be a good matchup because Paolo Banchero is just crazy.
All right, now do you think the Magic could win the series?
No.
No? All right, how many games do you think it's going to go?
6.
6? All right, who knows? It may go 6 because you guys are ranked 2 in defense throughout the whole league. So, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, enjoy the game. First and foremost, your name, sir?
Matt.
Matt, how long have you been a Knicks fan?
33 years.
Oh, all right. So that's going back now, to the mid-90s, obviously Starks, Ewing, etc. How confident do you feel about this series against the Pistons, Bad Boys 2.0?
I got Knicks in 6.
I would think so as well. And now the bigger question, the likely opponent will be the Celtics in the next round. And we know about the regular season, but that's then and this is now. If it were happen to be Knicks Celtics, how confident do you feel playing in that series?
As an honest Knicks fan, I'm going to say 5 out of 10.
All right, so chances are you would think that probably the Knicks would win 1 game, but that's pretty much it.
I'm hoping 2.
No, and that would be something. That means we'll come back here for Game 6. So
exactly.
I'm here with 2 other Knicks fans here as we get ready for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals.
Sir.
Your name, sir?
Lucas.
Lucas, your name?
Melody.
Melody, pleasure to meet you. How long have you been Knicks fans?
My whole life.
All right, and obviously you look young. Not that I want to.
23.
Oh, all right. Look at that. So you go back to, I'm sure, Carmelo and J.R. Smith. All right.
Right.
Now, how confident do you feel about this series against the Pistons? Obviously, it's going to be hotly contested.
Right.
Bad Boys 2.0.
Right.
What do you think?
This is going to be a tough matchup. I mean, the Pistons are a physical team.
Yes.
But I got to trust Jalen Brunson in the playoffs. I mean, like last year, he was like averaging 40. You got to respect that. This is Cade's first time in the playoffs. So I'm gonna take the Knicks. I got Knicks in 5.
All right.
I got Knicks in 5.
Now, the bigger question in my last one. If the likelihood is going to be a matchup against the Celtics in the next round, and we know what happened in the regular season, I understand that's then, this is now.
Right.
How confident do you feel about them playing against the Celtics in the next round?
I mean, the playoffs, anything can happen. It's gonna be a tough matchup, but we made the moves we did this offseason to play against the Celtics. I'm gonna say Knicks in 6.
Wow.
I'm gonna say Knicks in 6.
He's confident. I like that. You gotta be confident.
I mean, listen.
Right.
If I'm gonna pick anybody, I'm gonna pick the Knicks.
Right, he's not gonna pick the Celtics.
Right.
First and foremost, your name, sir?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Well, how long have you been a Knicks fan?
All my life.
All my life? All right, without saying your age, how far you go back? You go back to Ewing, Starks?
To Ewing.
All right,
yeah.
Perfect. Now, how do you feel about this first round series? I'm sure it's gonna be physical.
Oh, easy.
How many games?
Gentleman's sweep.
Oh, all right, so 5. And now lastly, we understand that the next opponent could be the Celtics. Okay. And we know about how they were in regular season, etc. How confident do you feel going into that series if it were Knicks Celtics?
Like 50. I think it's going to go 7. 50-50, yeah.
All right, but do you think the Knicks will win?
Yeah.
Hey, he's got it right. I understand you can be real and say, they're going to lose, but that's good. So you have optimism, and I like to see that.
Yeah.
What is your name, sir?
Seth.
Steph?
S-E-F.
Oh, Seth, all right.
Yes.
How long you been a Knicks fan?
About 20 years now.
20 years, all right. So obviously Carmelo, etc.
Absolutely.
Oh, the Knicks fans represent. I know it's about a half hour before game time.
It's amping up.
No doubt.
Andy up.
How do you feel about the series upcoming against the Pistons?
Everybody's healthy. That's all that matters. We're going to see all our top dogs out and about. That's it.
How many games?
I got Knicks at 4.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Now, my last question. Celtics could be on the horizon in the next round if it works out that way. How confident do you feel about playing the Celtics?
I feel confident.
You think you'll win?
Yeah, the playoffs is a game of adjustments. As long as you make the right adjustments down the stretch at critical times, Knicks can prosper.
He's optimistic. That's a good thing.
That's it.
So, born Knicks fans, father and son. First and foremost, your name, sir?
Darren.
Darren?
Micah.
Micah. How long you been Knicks fans?
All my life.
All right, you going back to Ewing, I guess? Not to show your age, all right. Now, how do you feel going into the series against the Pistons? I'm sure it's gonna be rugged, it's gonna be rough, but you feel
it's gonna be a good series.
Detroit gonna come with their shit, but New York all the way, baby.
No doubt. And my last question. Now, the Celtics could be on the horizon. And we know how the Knicks played against the Celtics in the regular season. Not that that means anything at this point, but if it is Knicks Celtics, how confident do you feel?
100%, baby.
Oh, all right. Well, how many games you think?
We're gonna go 4 straight.
4 straight? Wow. Sweep over the Celtics. Hey, listen, if you do that, then you probably predict the winning lotto numbers because then that's it. So, first and foremost, your name?
Anish.
Anish, nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Yeah, thank you. How long have you been a Knicks fan?
92, since 92.
Wow.
So around the dunk.
Yes,
Around
that's
the time
good,
of the
good.
dunk.
And he's representing Walt Frazier, which, hey, that is as classic as it
OG.
gets, no doubt.
We got to go back that far since we actually really mattered in the playoffs.
I know,
really mattered.
early 70s.
Yeah.
Now, this series, Pistons, I'm sure it's going to be physical, rough.
That's what everyone says.
Yeah. How do you feel about the series going in?
Well, I feel like our guys are saying the right thing, that it's going to be physical, we can be physical, right? It's just a matter of bringing it, right? It's been a couple of weeks since we had a game that mattered.
Right.
Our guys are healthy. I feel pretty good about the maturity of this team, but it's one game at a time.
That's it.
One series at a time. We're built for a deep run, but you got to start by winning tonight.
That's it, well said. And how many games?
I say 6, but I hope it's 5.
Yes. You want a gentleman's sweep? And my last question, if it just so happens to be the Celtics in the next round, how confident do you feel about that matchup?
Well, honestly, they have everything to lose, right?
They do.
In the regular season, they kind of own us. You got to hand it to them.
Yep.
And so the bar for us is actually quite low. I think we can take it to them.
All right. Your name, sir?
Andoni.
Andoni?
Yeah.
Oh, nice name.
Thank you.
How long have you been a Knicks fan?
Since about 2012. I'm
All right.
early 20s, since the Carmelo days.
Oh, look at that. All right.
Yep.
So, look, 20 years old. He's followed him now 13 years. How do you feel about this series against the Pistons?
I think it's good. I mean, everyone knows it's going to be rough. It's going to be gritty.
Yes.
We're the Knicks, so we should come out on top.
All right. And how many games?
I mean, I don't want to say 4, but I think 5. I think the expectations are too low. I think the Knicks are going to come out here and make a statement.
And give it to him. Now, if it just so happens to be Knicks Celtics in the next round, how confident do you feel considering their lack of success against them in the regular season?
No, I mean, we saw what Stephen A. said. I don't have a basketball reason to say this, but I think we take him to 7, and anything can happen in the game 7. So
that is true. No, absolutely. First and foremost, your name?
Chuck.
Chuck, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, man.
All right. How long have you been a Knicks fan?
Since I was like 7. I grew up in Vegas, but I was born a Knicks fan.
Oh wow, that's cool. And look at that, in Vegas they didn't even have a basketball team, and they still don't, but
cool thing is like every time you meet someone you instantly connect because it's like there's no Knicks fans there.
No, of course.
I grew up in like the Kobe and Shaq days. So
yes.
Like the whole thing.
Oh, all right. No, that's good. Now, how do you feel about this series with the Pistons?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be easy, but I think we're gonna win. I mean, we have the best players. I mean, Cade is good, but I mean, Brunson is Brunson.
No, he's been a beast.
I mean, Cat's an all-star and Brunson shows up in the moments.
No, he does.
So, I mean, like, nothing about Cade, but they can take us. I mean, I'm not gonna say we're gonna sweep them.
No, right.
But how sweet would it be to win at home?
Oh yeah, exactly.
I'd say 5, 6 max.
Right.
But we'll win.
All right.
I'm not worried. It's all about next round, because next round we've got the beast.
And that's going to be my next and last question. You know the regular season, how that's gone against the Celtics. How do you feel? Do you feel confident?
How many times in the past have we played a team, we beat them in the regular season, and the same thing happened in the playoffs where they beat us?
Right.
Like their mentality, especially like Brunson, all of them, like they have the winner's mentality, and they have the underdog mentality where they're like, we got this. So, I mean, like, who knows what can happen? I mean, can we win? Yeah. Can we lose? Yeah. I mean, as a Knicks fan, I'm hoping for the best.
Of course.
I mean, you gotta just hope for the best, man. I mean, like,
and that's good.
Predictions. I mean, they're gonna have home court, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you never know. I mean, like, you don't want to say injuries, but anything can happen.
That's right.
We have the upper hand. I mean, get the best of a matchup. And,
no, I know this guy.
And, what's up, man?
Wally, I got you next.
I gotta say Knicks in 7. I mean, like, probably not, but who knows? Hoping for the best.
No, of course. I mean, there's an old friend who ran a business back in the Bronx, and he goes by Mr. Positive Wally on Instagram. So I gotta ask you, Wally, how do you feel about this Knicks series against the Pistons?
This one, you're not supposed to touch the money. I'm not even worried about this one. I'm thinking about the Celtics in the next round.
Oh, look at that!
This one's a walk in the park.
That's it.
I'm not even worried about this one.
Now, how do you feel? Do you feel confident if you play the Celtics?
Yeah, I'm scared because we didn't beat them all season. I'm a little nervous, but I think I'm gonna feel better if they take care of the Pistons fast. All right, I'll feel better.
That's it. If they win in 4 or 5.
4 or 5, and they stay healthy, then Because last year they got decimated in the playoffs with all the injuries.
No, of course, absolutely. And how long you been a Knicks fan?
I'm 65. I know you guys that are watching this. I was here in 1970 when the Knicks won.
Look at that.
I was here. I was Game 7. I was here.
Wow.
10 years old. I ran on the court. All right. So
May 8th, 1970.
That's so Clyde Frazier, Dave DeBusschere, Willis Reed, Dick Barnett, Bill Bradley. That was my team, baby.
I love it.
All right. So I'm a Knicks fan since I'm 10 years old.
Look at that. So goes to show you. And obviously, Mr. Positive Wiley feels positive about this first round against the Pistons.
I'm positive, baby. 4-5. All right.
Well, there you have it. The Knicks fan is feeling positive. The Knicks fan is feeling good. It's no surprise because the Knicks fan is hungry. The Knicks fan is maybe even desperate just to have any success in the postseason. And granted, winning a first round at the end of the year, are you going to be happy about that? Considering if they do play the Celtics in the next round and if they get smacked by any chance. But we're just getting started. Game 1 is about to begin. I'm out of here. I'm not going to the game. But real quick, my prediction, I talked about this on the podcast, so if you didn't listen, shame on you. But in all seriousness, the Knicks, I think their know-how and their experience are going to get past this round. I think it's going to be physical. You know, Isaiah Stewart and Ron Holland are going to flex their muscles. They're going to try to do what they can to intimidate and maybe even frustrate Jalen Brunson, considering that they throw some size on him. But I think when it's all said and done, the Knicks will win in 6, as I picked. I'll give the Pistons 2 games. I know that they were 3-1 against the Knicks this year in the regular season, but it is a whole new season, so who knows? Maybe it'll be a gentleman's sweep when it's all said and done. And when it comes to the next round, if we do happen to get there, I'll be back to take the temperature then. But until then, thank you so much. If you made it this far, please subscribe, like, leave a comment, tell your family, friends, foes, frenemies, all that. I appreciate all the support. And as always, until next time, on the flip, baby. And you want to check out this video right here. I went to Citi Field opening day to take the temperature of the Met fan to see how they're feeling as far as the expectations for 2025. You may be surprised by how they react to it. So definitely check that out. Again, I appreciate the support.